Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the broadcast. It's time, grand final time, in fact, of this amazing tournament in front of us, Colin. $2,500 prize pool, and now we find ourselves into the grand final. We shall go. As you can see, Morningstar Gaming versus the side of Team Prosperous. I'll get the overlay adjusted in just a second. But boy, am I excited for this one, Colin.
I'm just as excited, if not maybe more excited than you, because we all know I've been singing his praises all day. I'm so excited to finally get the chance to cast over King Breaker. Slaps is going to pick up that first kill. Crimson goes in to try to save his teammate, but gets taken down as well. So that's 2 quick kills in succession for the side of Prosperous. 5v3 across the map if they so choose to take it. Crazed is down now. That's a huge possible death. He's not going to go ahead and lose his life just yet, though. And it looks like Prosperous is going to continue to push up here. They get it down there on Notorious, just outside of the home hill. 4 members stacked up for the side of Morningstar, right outside of their home. A lot of shotgun damage out, a lot of downs, and not being converted just yet for the side of Prosperous, but they are threatening the triple cap domination. Eddie goes for the double bounce, and the decap will get the touch, but not going to be for long, as now it counts down, and the first round will go in favor of Prosperous.
That's how you want to start off this grand final. Straight off a 2-0 victory in the semi-final versus Bunch of Gamers, taking down the opposition by storm. What a great start it is for this side of Team Prosperous. And they have so much chemistry to work with, Colin. So much experience working together for this team. Meanwhile, Morningstar Gaming, kind of like the story of the all-star players, right? As we said earlier, culminating from the 3 top teams back in the European Pro League. Players from each of those rosters, Oxygen, Elevate, and Rated R. And here we are. Straight back into the action. Of course, it's a best of 3 series, folks. I got that confirmed. It's not going to be a best of 5 in this one. And of course, it's single elimination. So it all literally comes down to a best of 3 series. So can't wait to see how this one continues on. Clearly a very good start for Prosperous here on a map they've historically been pretty good at as well, I will add.
Crimson's puts himself into the danger zone yet again, but the double down comes through. First kill will come through in favor of the side of Morningstar. So a good couple of kills traded out for them so far. Warrior's trying to find one. He will finally get it. He's going to be rotated on by Eddie. Shot over the cover. Not going to be able to get that kill just yet. Tries to get a second. Won't be able to get it to go. Craze still alive in the cut now. They have a 2v1 at the B hill. They are going to press hard and fast against Sarksta, and he is going to have to back up toward his own home hill, which he is now. Here comes the front train. 40 seconds into the round without fail. That conductor's always on time, ladies and gentlemen, and done a fantastic job there to cut them off. And now it looks like the overextension from the side of Prosperous will go home to home, and the first line of defense is going to be Notorious. Lancer out. They're going to get a couple of downs right now. They're going to try to hold them at bay, and look at the damage just being thrown out. Perfect shots out. Payne's, Notorious, Eddie all getting downs, cleaning up kills left and right, and this could go very well right back in favor of the side of Morningstar. This could be 1-1 before you blink your eyes.
It certainly could. Noto with the overextension. Elimination comes on through. No one will spawn up in time, or even choose to for that matter. It's back and forth already. It's 1-1. And a nice little bit of aggression, I will say, from Prosperous. It's just, unfortunately, it didn't really pan out as they wanted it to in the end. They got caught out as the rotation was a little bit too quick for Morningstar Gaming back from the track side of the map. As a result, they will go on to lose the round. The man himself, Notorious, will be the one to place the next weapon, of course. Didn't allude to it, but it was smoke grenades that went down for both sides on the same location on either side of Asylum here. But will it be incense as well? I think it will be.
So we will see the answer back, the secondary incendiaries for both teams now, and this is where it's going to get interesting. I liked the play from Prosperous. They stood tall, tried to get that first down to try to open up and break ice to be able to push across the map, but both teams stand their ground, both get it down, and both come away with a kill. But it opened things up a lot more for Morningstar as they came away with the second kill in that first exchange in the second round. So a little confusing how I worded that, but long story short, it pretty much comes down to, because of how high quality both teams are, how good both teams are, ice-breaking kills are just about everything for these first couple of rounds. These longer respawn rounds pretty much boil down to that first kill and who can come away with it, and nobody's really putting themselves in the danger zone just yet here at the tracks.
Safety first, it seems like, for everyone involved. You can see Breaker actually on our screen right at the top there, trying to angle down on Paynes. But look at this. The first train, of course, comes in on the left-hand side. So now with Paynes having an incend in hand, it could be an easy one over the top to start a playoff. But no, neither team will use the cover of the train to make a play. In fact, it will be Crimson's who moves up to the advantage of cut here to try and get a little bit of an angle on tracks if anyone does move. TJ has to be careful. It doesn't just get lanced in the head, essentially, from Crimson's to his right. But yeah, look at the score as well. Deadlock between the two if it's somehow extended throughout the end of the round. But no, not going to change. In fact, Starkster will change things up top for now. Oh, Payne's actually getting sent off screen as well. I'm sure Colin just saw that on ours. Meanwhile, Saki is trying to fight his way on the A hill. Breaker is down though, and they're going to very cleanly lose that. Notorious picking up both kills. Slaps in a lot of trouble. In fact, the Incend will not even be able to be thrown in the end there for Team Prosperous. Maybe even a triple cap coming on through. It looks like, in fact, an overextension from Team Prosperous to make sure they don't go out just yet. The man capable of that was Warrior Guns.
Yeah, I was going to say, Payne's ended up getting that incendiary kill, his little reaction incendiary as he up ate the corner. He let it fly, hang it high, and he got that kill, and it was pretty much a thrill for me to get to see it on my feed over here. But now we're going to see the possible retake by Prosperous. Both teams with one member down. Payne's going to pick up a second incendiary, lets it fly on another reaction, gets some damage on this Arksta, but the rotation by TJ will get a kill. Beautiful job by him. He's going to rotate back inside the pavilion. He's going to have to worry about a possible flank, but it looks like the three members of the side of Morningstar are going to rotate quickly from home to home. They're going to try to get that possible decap there at the C hill to try to apply pressure still to the side of Prosperous. But look at the Lancer fire out from both teams. They're both trying to get downs, but the first one comes through for Prosperous. They just have to be careful not to get carried away here. They get another kill, so they have a 5 versus 4 for a momentary on the map, and now another down in the middle by that tombstone. It's going to get cleaned up. Good job by Prosperous. They're staggering the deaths of the side of Morningstar, and there's a quick and full spread, and the knife out from TJ will get a kill there underneath. So this is a good hold and a good, strong defense by Prosperous. This should be a 2-to-1 advantage for them. They've got two more members of Morningstar to worry about on the map. Notorious will be the first one to get shot on. They'll be taken down. Bottom side of the map, it'll be Craze, last alive, but if anybody can make a miracle happen, it'll be him. He's not exactly turning water into wine, but he's getting double and triple kills left and right and center on the map. He's going to go for one more. First shot on, second shot doesn't get the down, and the up A from Slaps will be good for the kill. 2-to-1. They take the lead right on back.
You love to see it. Slaps, lovely up A there to finish it off in good stead, taking down Craze, and he's really an unsung hero of this team, right? We've seen TJ, Warrior, Breaker, and Sarkster be teammates for such a long time, spanning, I think, back to the start of this game, right? There's been some mix-ups, but they've had so much experience together. But Slaps has been a relatively new player, up-and-comer in Europe, and very unfortunately timed, of course, with the Pro League coming to an end for the European side, because he is an incredible player, Colin. He's perhaps been the biggest up-and-comer in recent times, many would argue. And it clearly has shown, right? Because he's in the top team in Europe, technically speaking, right now, based on seeding in this grand final. And I'm very happy for him to actually be finding so much success in this game, despite how things have changed so drastically in the European competitive environment.
And props to Breaker. How many people have we seen Breaker play with over the years that have either gone on to play on top championship caliber teams or have won championships themselves? So it's almost like Breaker. I don't want to say he's a stepping stone, but he's definitely out there breeding talent left and right. That's the way I'd put it. He's picking up players and saying, look, I'm going to get the absolute best out of you. I'm going to take you from a possible no one to a someone here very shortly. Slaps is proving that Breaker can pretty much do it with any and everybody and continue to find success, kills, hills around every kind of map. And he's going to start off with yet another incendiary kill. Prosperous is opening up here down on the tracks yet again.
Warrior dropped, but he will get picked up. Of course, we saw Breaker lose out in his 1v up top to Notorious. But his teammate, of course, Slaps, is doing his thing and cut there, and his teammates picking up the B hill. Oh, Noto is in trouble here. Quickly lit up. Not going to be crossed from tracks. He won't be able to get away. All Challenger 1B there. Saki will clean him up. Of course, he's known for his ability to handle home streets, is Sarkster. Meanwhile, TJ, though, getting a double off screen. Finding Eddie and Craze. Good job from him. Score lead for Prosperous, and now Slaps on the flank through the middle.
What a shot by Crimson's. Double shot down and the kill right there at the beginning. but a lot of the respawns will come out. So now it's 4 versus 4 on the map. This is a pretty even retake if you ask me, but the extra kill comes through bottom of the map. Warrior will get one, and he'll continue to apply pressure there at the bottom side of the map. Now it looks like, I believe, Morningstar is going to have to rotate through the middle pavilion, maybe even that mid-cut area. It's not too far out of reach just yet. You see they're just getting up to that 150 marker here in the next couple of seconds. So you still got plenty of time if you're Morningstar to either get an elimination or a trip cap here. But it's going to be very difficult. Train's going to be coming through here shortly. You can hear the bells ringing. I'm not sure if it's both the front. It's going to be at least the back. It is both sides of the tracks. Pains is down. Conductor might find him one. They're going to go for the revive and just skirt the other side of the tracks. That's a close shave by the hair of their chinny chin chin.
And I was just on Sark's screen just as the train was coming. He rolled into it, unfortunately. Concentration lapsing for just a moment there. Warrior Guns will find 2. Incend in hand, not going to connect for Notorious. Eddie will pick up Incends of his own, though. Slaps in a lot of trouble here. He's trying to close the gap and find that Gib. Not able to. Notorious, certainly a master at getting into Gib range. Himself, famous for a lot of his 1Bs and wages that he has in Gears of War. Sarkster, though, finds Crazed elsewhere. As you can see, the hills are changing on both sides. A is going to be regained by Breaker. C hill is going to be taken back by Team Morningstar Gaming, but the storyline will continue. Prosperous will have points advantage. They'll have the home street locked down, and Notorious is down himself. Eddie trying to come back up and help him. Uh-oh. That's not going to be
down at the
too
bottom
much
of
help.
the train tracks. I think they're going to be able to solidify this because they got a 2v1 at the train tracks. They still have their home hill. They're going to be down to probably about 15 seconds if they can recap B. They're going to get the elimination domination first and foremost, though. 5 quick kills coming in succession for Prosperous. They take a 3-1 lead going into the second half where the respawns are going to refill and those hills are going to flip. We're probably going to see those utility grenades being brought into effect. We'll be on the 4th round, so we're probably going to see shocks and incendiaries out for both teams, which is also going to be the story of that second half. I mean, you know as good as anybody, Toby, that second half story is basically, all right, let's get to the E-Hill. Let's try to bait out the incendiary or the shock and try to make something happen late in this round by getting a retake.
Yeah, I 100% agree, and I'm wondering now. I mean, that's a very good half, it's safe to say, for Prosperous. MX definitely not their usual selves, I guess, in terms of the kill department. They seem to have met their match, at least, on that first half, and now the second half has been historically perhaps where Breaker's team hasn't been as good as you get up close and personal, more so in this up-top fight with utility and shocks thrown into the mix. Really traditional strategies, of course, at employing those weapons and not really getting too much effectiveness as either team here up top with the shock grenades. And E-Hill captured as well. Warrior Guns will go down. Will they try and push MX? Yes, they will. Notorious enters the doorway. They're trying to get that kill on Warrior. Will Notorious to try and jump on that cover or get an angle? He has to be careful of his Incend, not going to connect with him. Oh, but he's getting lit up as well. It is absolute carnage up top right now as they go in for the retake. Breaker's team. Craze will try and throw an Incend and defend his teammate. Unfortunately, it will literally take out his teammate.
So sometimes the best defense is just killing him before your opponents do. You're like, look, just come off a respawn as fast as you can, brother, because you're dead, all right? You're dead no matter what we do in this point. So I'm going to be the one to make sure you're coming back as fast as possible. Crazed, meanwhile, still mounted up on that cover. 3 versus 2 up here at the top side of the map. They got to bring somebody else into the fight unless they're going to go for a home-to-home stretch. It looks like that's what they're going to do. Number 9 on your screen, TJ. He's going to get pinched right now. He takes one to the grave with him, though, which will leave a 1v1 still down at the bottom train tracks. Payne will have 2 shots on a Sarksta. Sarksta trying to get away with his life now. Mounts back up onto that cover. Here comes Payne's maybe going for the back A. Doesn't get the air cancel that he wants to get that full spread. He's full red. Sarksta might not want to challenge here. He just needs to hold him off. He has to make sure that, much like Marcus told us in Gears 3 when the Lambert were closing in, you just got to hold him off long enough for me to make the last stand, me to make something happen up here. Crazed, meanwhile, 3 members are going to get that retake there on the E-Hill. That's going to bring them back into this, but a full minute from now, Prosperous will still get their 4th round onto the board, so all of Morningstar have to push through. They have to find a decap on the home hill of Prosperous, but it looks like they're not going to find one just yet. Slaps gets another meat shield kill, and that decap right there at E is going to make it that much harder.
And that capture will come on through as well. 20 seconds on the clock. Paynes is essentially pinched. Can he push on through? No, he cannot. Sarkster will hold his ground. Troubling times for MX now if they can get another round on the board. Team Prosperous yet. Shot grenade thrown in. Incend as well to boot. And Eddie will find Sarkster, but Slaps should have Incends. Oh, but it doesn't even matter, though. Storm victory will come in quite handily via points. 4-1, Colin. 3 rounds in a row.
It's funny when I say it doesn't even matter, but to hear you say it and sound much smarter about what you're talking about, say it doesn't even matter. It's like, yo, it didn't matter in any sense of the word. Sometimes I get a little carried away and say just a hair too early. You brought that out, Toby. I said, nope, chalk it. Put it up. Put the 4. Put the 4 up there. It's over, baby. There's the halftime on the incendiary grenade for the side of Prosperous. I'll be curious to see if Morningstar changes the fight up, and they're hanging over the pavilion, so we might see a drop shot, and we will, ladies and gentlemen. So it's going to be a big team fight over that power weapon right now. If this has to go the distance, if this goes any longer than that initial, though, that 60-second incendiary is going to be a huge advantage, especially on Asylum going forward for the rest of this round, if you ask me.
Shout out to Fru, who unfortunately wasn't around to cast today, because he actually loves this weapon placement of the drop shot down bottom, and I think he said he wish he'd see it more often, if my memory does serve me rightly. Yeah, it is definitely a big weapon placement, the drop shot down in that cove. And it can be oh, hello. Both players throwing incense at each other, rolling into each other. Warrior didn't even have a Nasher out. That's very scary sight on our screen. He will get taken down, though, following. Saki finds him, and Eddie will get traded out as well. Prosperous are the team that are victorious down bottom. TJ was the one to pick up drop shot, of course, and Pains wins his 1v up top, able to capture the E-Hill and set up now.
I'm not going to lie to you, TJ was bouncing around, and I thought he was about to, like, take off from one of the covers from the tombstone right there outside of Pavilion. I really thought he was about to lose the drop shot to the train conductor, because I don't think he realized it was that train, because he came to a halt. Like, I went over to his screen to see what he was doing, and he came to, like, an abrupt halt. He was like, oh, hey, oh, that's a train. Sorry about that. Didn't mean it. But he ends up trading that drop shot off over to Slaps, and Slaps has shot one out now. Finds a double kill. Huge for the side of Prosperous. He needs probably one more good drop, which is going to be on that next retake. I believe they're going to go for the 2-1 hill advantage. They're going to try to mount up the points and get it back into their favor, and then probably use that second drop to find 1, maybe 2 more kills to stop that next retake out. Crimson's is down, though. Crimson's with a huge 1v1 to get that hill in his favor anyway, but ends up going down to the 2v1 that he encounters down there. Slaps will have the dropout. He's going to have the active here very shortly. Shoot it over the top. Finds a triple kill. Slaps. 2 rockets. 5 kills. Elimination. Domination. Ticks through. Prosperous. 5-1 in map number 1.
Wow. What a final kill that was from Slaps there at the end. A triple kill of that. And think of that, right? 2 drop shots, 5 kills. That is exactly why you trade over the weapon TJ to Slaps previously in that map. 5-1 for a map 1 in this grand final. Prosperous start off strong. And that's exactly the way you want to start, for sure. This is the issue, I think, for Team Prosperous historically, or, you know, the culmination of these players, is that they've been incredible in many performances, but it comes down to consistency on those big days. And that was kind of my biggest concern coming into this, because clearly, right, Team Prosperous is seed number 1. They've won the overwhelming majority of these qualifying tournaments to get seeds into this major. But it's just showing up on the day. But it seems like they're doing that. And that's the only weakness, I guess, anyone could really pin on them at this point in time is their lack of or their inconsistency in their ability to perform when it matters. And they seem to be doing that right now, Colin. And that's it's amazing to see, right? Because we're both fans of the King of Wales. I think it's safe to say.
It's definitely safe to say that. This goes back to something we talked about a lot earlier, though. You talked about how Breaker's team and Prosperous have been winning these tournaments week in and week out. That's why they're the number 1 overall seed. They've been playing together still, even with what the lack of registered teams, all that good rap, whatever you want to point it to. They've continued to put their passion, their grind, their heart into winning these tournaments, coming away with that kind of that metaphorical trophy over their head. And we talked about at the start of the broadcast, Morningstar today, without Marsh, They pick up Crazed, who without a doubt is one of the best players in all of the European region, but you change up one little thing and now you've got to readjust here, you got to readjust there. It's not exactly like playing with the same exact set of 5, and now you've got that chemistry for the side of Prosperous that might come through for them in those pinches. There's those plays at late in rounds. I mean, we saw it earlier. Crimson's pulled off a miracle against Clowns where he snuck through the entire map, got that decap over at the home hill of Clowns. Well, that's going to have to happen. They're going to have to find little miracles out of each of their players going forward to either win them rounds or keep them in rounds, because Prosperous are a 5-headed hydra right now. They are playing as one body with 5 different fire-breathing heads, and at the top of that, Breaker is probably leading the charge, and they are playing fantastically. Slaps right there. I mean, 5 kills with 2 rockets. He didn't put the last nail in the coffin. He blew that sumbitch up and dug a grave 12 feet deep and 8 feet wide, if you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying, my friend. And it seems like Slaps is performing on the day, right? We've talked about his perhaps lack of experience in a top team compared to the rest of his teammates, and perhaps the reduced amount of chemistry or the less opportunity, I guess, over time he's had to really to mold with his team as the rest of his teammates have with each other. But seems to be of no issue, right? He performed amazingly. Clearly at the end there, he held his nerve with the most powerful weapon in the game, many would argue at this point in time. Yes, it's a very practiced weapon of that. The shot in terms of Asylum, right? We've seen so many montages and clips of pros using the drop shot up there, so it's probably something he's practiced very, very well. So it's not a question of mechanical skill, it's a question of consistency and mindset and psychology, I guess, and he held it together there. And right now, I think it shows that Team Prosperous are doing that as a team right now. I really fancy them going into map number 2, which will be Vazgar, I can confirm.
We go to Vazgar for map number 2, and if I am on Morningstar, I'm hanging my hat on the fact that we won 4 rounds in a row to finish this sucker out. Last team we played against Clowns, they got to feel good about that. They got to feel like this could very well be their map to go ahead and win, tie it up 1-1. We're going to have to see how they play, though, here in map number 2. As we go to the overhead for myself, I want to see, we're going to have a 3v3 over there at the tank fight, very much reminiscent of Clowns versus Morningstar. So very much the same style. Right now, Morningstar has the point tick in their favor. So they will be able to sit back and relax. If this thing were to go to 250 points, which would take 250 seconds, they'd come away with the victory with the dub in round 1, but I doubt we're going to be able to see both these teams sit back and relax that long. I think somebody's going to push up and have to make something happen.
Speaking of that, Warrior Guns does actually get the lantern on Notorious because he was the first man past the halfway line. Crimson's is going to get dropped as well. Saxter is holding off. Breaker is as well. Notorious stands up, though, and he gets the final kill on the King of Wales himself, K-Breaker. Now he's going to be once again pushing up all the way to this A hill right at the top of the enemy spawn. And you love to see him actually get up close and personal with his enemies, but this is a position on the Vazgar that he seems to be in time and time again, always trying to get into this really small area above the enemy spawn where he can just get up close and really nasher his way to victory.
I think that's how they're going to have to set up here. I want to go on board with Crazed. He has the best angle here. He had a lot of damage there at the bottom of the stairs, but I think he's getting angled out from that mid-cut section. He has to take the secondary cover with Notorious. Notorious and Crazed here on that L shape. They are just going to be holding serve here. Flashes will come out. Crazed will answer back with one of his own. A bunch of stuns will come through. Breaker's there. He's going to go down first. He's going to get cleaned up. Sarkston now has to run back and evacuate the area. Nobody dead yet for the side of Morningstar. I mean, every time one of them gets full red, they're able to escape with their lives, and the revive comes right out. Holding serve 4 deep on the enemy's home hill. They've got a house party going, if anything, and I'm telling you, they got the boombox down. I'm not sure what they're playing over the loudspeaker, but they've got to be having fun right now because they are just amassing a point lead at this point.
There they are. Craze still alive. We're still on board on his camera. Eddie's getting down to his left. That's going to open the door, so to speak, for Team Prosperous to fly on through. Notorious gets taken down as he runs out of downs himself. Sarkster will find Eddie. Craze will take down his own teammate, perhaps by accident. Doesn't even matter. Pains won't be able to save them on that stretch. So get everyone up and alive as quick as possible to prevent a triple cap. Crimson's has got teammates coming in very quickly from behind. Just needs to hold on for the time being. Are they going to go for this? They're still standing in the C hill. They're applying the pressure. Sarkster is strafing his way to victory right now, it seems. They got the numbers advantage. Oh, look at this for a flank as well. Notorious, or rather Warrior Guns, is right round the back of everybody. But Eddie and Crimsons are pushing through the front. Craze finds Warrior as well. MX will live to fight another day.
Well, this is interesting because you're going to get to that 220 marker, but now it seems like Prosperous will have the win condition until Craze gets the decap there on B. Third down and final out for Breaker. He's going to be out of here. Now Slaps will bounce in. He's going to have to get 3 kills in 1, but he's not going to be able to do it. Warrior comes back off of respawn. He'll go right back to 4, so whether or not he kills Crazed is pretty much irrelevant at this point. It'll tick on through to 250. That took about 2 minutes or so. 3 minutes, my God, 3.5 minutes. It felt like it took a lot shorter time. I think maybe my brain cut off that first minute or so that wasn't having anything happen to it. You know what I'm saying? When everybody was just kind of stacked up, waiting for somebody to make a move, I think my brain forgot that that first minute existed. So what I think we're going to see here, probably those utility grenades be placed down, but you could see Breaker asks for them to wait, please. Crimson answers back quite harshly with no.
My guess is he's joking, but we'll never know because TJ just typed go. 2 different letters, as did Breaker. The EGL confirmed, no, it's all good, we can play. We will never know if Crimsons was joking or not, I guess.
It was, nah, screw that. $2,500 on the line? No.
Nah, advantage will be taken.
You gotta figure that crap out on your own time. All right, brother, you in the heat of battle right now. No, I'm just kidding. we come here to the next round, and we're gonna see the rotation out from both teams, and it looks like 4 members of Prosperous are rotating across the map. And they're going to go for a 4 versus 2. It's going to be a 4 versus 4 here very shortly because very good job by, I believe, the call out on the side of Morningstar. They're going to know. They're going to rotate 4 members back in. Lancers will be out for everybody. Mounted up here. A lot of shots in. First team to get a kill here will be able to take the advantage. They're going for the decap. TJ's bouncing around in the A-hill. I don't know if he's going to go for this cap. He's actually got Notorious right there on that cover. And L triggers galore. Notorious finally finds the down. Sarksta has to push up. He's going to go down as well. Things are breaking wide open, and Notorious double bounces in. Up A's into Sarksta and gets the kill, or excuse me, slaps and gets the kill. That's huge for the side of Morningstar. And they really do control Vaskar. This has been their map both times. I mean, yes, they were down in the first half, 2 clowns, but it was like they were never out of rounds. They were never really taken down and out until the very last breath. So this is definitely their favorite map to pick.
I think you could be right about that, Colin. Honestly. B-Hill, broken, just in the smoke in front of us here. Warrior Gun's going to be chain revived by TJ, but Pains is following up closely. We're back to that tank fight as we saw earlier with MX and the Clowns. MX love to play. Eddie's going to be shot in the back a little bit. Full red, surely he'll be revived in time. Yep, TJ will fall as well. So MX looking a lot better, it's safe to say, on Vaskar thus far. Able to capture up the B-Hill. Rotate back around perhaps to defend the counter-attack over on the A side, although I say that. It's not much of a counter-attack. They've only got Breaker on that side, and no teammates, although I say that perhaps a little bit too early. Sarkster is running up the back very quickly, but one thing is for sure, they're outmatched in quantity right now of players available to make the play on the A-Hill, and only 40 seconds left potentially on the clock for MX to hold out.
They're getting the decap there at the B-Hill. They're probably going to... I don't know if they can wait for that to get in their favor. There's still a 2v2 over there. Now 2v1. It's pretty much not going to matter how this hill goes. Prosperous will find themselves down 2-0 at this point as the B-Hill gets retaken. And this, ladies and gentlemen, will make it 3 rounds away for Morningstar to send us to our map 3 possibility. But we are a long ways off from that. Prosperous played so well in the second half of Asylum, winning those 5 rounds in a row after dropping. I think it was they won the first, lost the second, so they won 4 rounds in a row. So Prosperous has it within them to win a bunch of rounds back to back to back to put the pressure right back on Morningstar. But this just doesn't seem to be the map to be able to do it on. Morningstar plays this thing and rotates on this map pretty proficiently, damn near perfect. So I'll be confused to see. How do I put this? I'll be confused to see. Oh, never mind. There it is. Sarksta said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to put a drop shot down to the helicopter. We're going to find out how y'all do over there.
Okay. All right. Early days to bring out the explosive weaponry, but I'm no stranger to this, honestly. I've seen it a lot, the drop shot, early on in European strategy. Here it is on Vaskar. perhaps will provide some bit more structure in terms of the opening strat for both teams. Oh no, Crimson's in a little bit of trouble. Angled out from the right. Look at these Lancers. All the lines of Lancers just being, bullets just being sent his way. Notorious, great incend though. It might keep MX still in this. Although I say that, maybe too soon. No one is near the Sea Hill apart from Warrior Guns capping it himself. Triple cap coming on through. No one accounted for that. I don't think they'll be happy with that round, MX.
There is no way on God's green earth that you can't be smiling if you're a Prosperous fan to see that play. They kept everybody so infatuated with that drop shot. Somebody on that team realized, let's just play Ring Around Rosie, man. Let's just see what happens.
Just run around the other side of the map.
That literally, that's all they did was they sent one person to tank. He caps B. That same person flies across the map, starts capping C, and they're like, literally nobody's paying attention. Nobody's anywhere near any of the hills besides the drop shot. It was beautifully done by them. It gets them their first round on the board. They got to win them back-to-back, but now they don't have the high ground. This is the big advantage, I think, for me, with the drop shot going down over at the helicopter side of the map rather than the tank. That arrival spawn is an absolutely massive advantage. That height advantage with a Lancer is just that much more important, but Pains is getting double downed over there. On his final down and out already, almost going to be taken down, but Warrior Guns gets taken out himself. Couple of kills coming through for both teams, 3 versus 4 on the map. Just need to be careful. There's a big flank by Notorious on the backside. He gets taken out, so now it's 2 versus 4 in favor of Prosperous. They should be able to get that drop shot in their favor, which will allow them to rotate around the map pretty freely.
Look who's just been given the drop shot. Slaps himself. No surprise there. Saki the one to hand that over. It's clear as day now who's the drop shot player, if you will, for this roster of Team Prosperous. Creating his own, yeah. I'm not sure if he's aware how many players are in front of him right now. He's going to be immediately dropped. K-Breaker finalizing that kill. And this is good, honestly. From this side of Team Prosperous. Lovely drop shot onto Crimson as well. Crimson didn't even see that one coming. And now Sarks is going to rotate all the way around and probably get a triple cap here if Warrior Guns can get some reinforcements very soon. Eddie's still alive on the back. Craze is fighting his way though. Great shotgunning from Warrior. Able to get out as well. Alive. MX are off respawn. They're going all in on this tank fight essentially. And they're just about holding on.
We see the 2-1 hill advantage in favor of Prosperous. Looks like they're going to rotate back over here to their home, try to get them back off Slaps with a long-range drop. Won't be able to find one. Not nearly as impressive as he was there on Asylum. Not able to find anything with that drop. Snub in hand. Shot there onto Eddie. A couple of shots come through. Not going to be able to get it down or any kind of real threatening or life-threatening damage. Good damage, though. Not enough to get that down. Now he's going to rotate around behind Notorious. He gets that kill. He has to be careful. Back A through full spread, and a second one will get the kill there on Craze. And he gets a 3-pellet down on Crimson's from Narnia. And that will save the A-Hill, get them the Incendiary Grenade, and keep them in position to get a secondary drop shot on the map, which is coming up in 12 seconds. They just have to make sure that they don't really lose their lives and their head. They got to be able to hold this kind of defensive position here to try to get that second drop shot. They are well within their rights just to win the round. Without it, though, less than 10 seconds to go. Nobody on the Sea Hill just yet. This will come down to somebody being able to fly in there in the next 3 seconds to get onto that hill. I believe the closest player is Pains. He's not going to make it. Neither is Crimson's. Nobody will. That is it. Tied up 2-2. Prosperous has fought back, roared back into the late rounds of this first half. Respawns are going to reset, though, Toby, and this is going to be a very interesting last couple of rounds because Prosperous 3 rounds away from 2,500 in their pocket, whereas Morningstar, they need these 3 rounds just to get one more shot at it.
Now they do. 2 apiece, and the drop shot is now right on a hill in the second half. Shot grenade, of course, placed at the end there. That'll certainly help. The team fight's coming in. And no longer will we have that same hill on top of the tank side. So perhaps not ideal, I guess, in the textbook of strats for MX. And instead, they'll have to look to see if they can push a little bit more aggressively on this side of the map where drop shot sits. They didn't have too much success last time, of course. Oh, what an incent from Slaps. It literally lands on Payne's head and then finds Eddie in the process as well. Craze, no, he will not stay up. And all of a sudden, Prosperous are flying. Crimsons will get traded out. EGL will surely go the way of Prosperous. Drop shot as well. Oh no, elimination even to boot. No, it will not come on through. Will even be necessary though. Slaps has picked up the drop shot too.
I thought I heard a drop come out, and this is one of those moments where overconfidence or silliness toward the end, or what you think is the end of a round, could come back to bite you. Okay, so a drop shot did not come out. I got worried that he threw one at his teammate just as a, hey, we're going to get this elimination domination type drop shot, like goofing around. Snub out, 4 slaps. He's still got one more rocket in his pocket. They're trying to hold off the retake ability of Morningstar in this fight. Eddie is down. He's going to go for that active. He does get it off, but kills come through. Domination ticking. 1 more second. Down comes through on Notorious. There it is. They do manage, Prosperous does, to get their 3rd round under their belt after a beautiful incendiary. I mean, Slaps has been, I hate to say it, I hate to go ahead and call it, but if they do end up winning this matchup, if they come away with a victory, Slaps is my MVP. I don't know if that's unanimous between the two of us, but that man has played damn near perfect against Morningstar, who have been on a tear all day long.
He's certainly filling in his role, isn't he, as a drop shot player for this roster. Honestly, strategies just seem to be formed around him at this point in time. And the crucial kills that he has got with that weapon have really just shaped so many crucial rounds, right? And I think it's really helped in giving Team Prosperous this advantage in map count now, and also in this matchup now on Vanskar as well. He's performing very well himself. Curious what the chat think about what an MVP for this grand final could be, though, as this match does progress. Payne's just sat in front of the drop shot himself, as of course we swap sides. You mentioned height advantage before. On a rival side, it's so important, or so significant, should I say, that you can actually send less players to the drop shot as a result. You can, use less resources to get the same job done, and that's just have adequate defense or offense on the drop shot.
And I think right now, Prosperous will have that initial tick on the cap, so it's going to be up to Morningstar to make the first move here. Lancer fire in, not able to, they're going to get the down on Notorious opposite side of the map, but the Incendiary will answer back. Shocks out, a second Incendiary goes out, not going to be able to find anybody with that one. Slaps actually kills himself. Crimson's almost downs himself there on the vending machine, running through that shock grenade. There's Payne's, he's going to go down, the quick revive comes out. Payne's full red again, goes down, not going to be able to find the kill just yet. 3 members there playing bodyguard, protect the president type stuff. Payne's, though, will continue to fight out. Drop shot out on a Warrior. We'll find one. Second drop shot out. Won't be able to find a second. Crimson's finally finds his knees on the ground, and he'll go down. Crazed. He's going to get cleaned up over there, and Crimson's going to have to rotate out. He's coming back in. He's going to go for this kill on Breaker, which he finds. Incendiary again by Notorious. The up A from TJ, though, absolutely massive. Eddie, last alive for his squad, will get his home hill back in his favor, but the 2-to-1 hill advantage are in favor of Prosperous. They're counting up over 150 here in the next 3 to 5 seconds. This is going to be pretty intense, if you ask me. It's going to count down. You do not want to go to map and match point. You don't want to be down 4-2 in this position if you are Morningstar. That makes you play perfect for the rest of this game. Whereas now, TJ will rotate out down the stairs. Payne's is going to slide into that cover. He's not going to get cleaned up. They're going to be able to take back the Z-Hill pretty perfectly. That was 3 straight kills with no downs, no deaths coming in favor of Morningstar. Back and forth we go.
That we do. Incense thrown just in front of the spawn, not going to connect. Domination blinking for the second for the Swarm. Is it going to lead to much, though? I think it is, actually. The last push from Breaker and Co on the east side. D-Hill broken as well for the time being. Seem to be out of danger zone for a moment. TJ is lit up, though, as well. Breaker full red himself. Warriors trying to do something on the D-Hill. MX are just stamping on the enemy's throats right now in front of them. But TJ will get 1. TJ will get 2. Breaker is still alive. E-Hill is secure. For now, Prosperous will stay alive and keep this score lead.
And they're still got 35 seconds until they come away with this victory. I want to check real quick 1 more second until that next drop shot comes up. That next drop shot is all important if you ask me. If they could come away with it, that could pretty much solidify them the round. 3 members have taken back their home hill. Long range incendiary will find a lot of damage and a kill there onto Breaker. The home hill back in favor of Prosperous. They've killed both players off as well. That should be it, ladies and gentlemen. Down to 10 seconds. They need 3 more seconds with nobody on the hill to come away with this round and be on map and match point. And they will, yes indeed, find it. The extra love comes out as well. 3 minutes and 28 seconds, 4 rounds in a row. Prosperous, 1 round away from being crowned your EGL $2,500 season final champions.
I am feeling incredibly hyped right now for this last round, potentially. My goodness me. I did not think it would be perhaps a runaway to the extent that we've seen so far. I really do wonder if MX can claw their way back and get 3 rounds and force a map number 3. But right now, my heart is telling me, and perhaps my brain as well, that it's just not possible. Prosperous are just playing so well. They've got the individual skill working for them. Their teamwork is working out clearly very, very well for them. They just look like the better team right now. And it's an amazing thing to see, of course, for this roster of Prosperous to get to the glory in a major event that they've been looking for so long, with an amalgamation of different players, but a very similar roster throughout time.
This is going to be a very huge opening fight. Both teams incendiaries, shocks out. It's going to be a fight over this drop shot. Look at the way that these teams have placed up 4 members on each side of this E hill, and right now the F hill, that advantage, giving them that extra point lead to start off with, is going to make things much easier for Prosperous. They rotate in, flashes out, Pains will have to back up, shocks in from both teams. Incendiary out as well, long range drop over the top, it's not active, it won't even kill Crazed. It landed damn near in his back pocket and couldn't get the kill. TJ, full red, has to take a seat for just a moment. They get the down onto Eddie though. This is going to be very interesting few moments. The extra kill comes through on Pains, 2 down. It is 5 versus 3 on the map until the respawns come back. They should be able to get their home and the mid neutral in their favor once again. But, oh my god, I think, there goes Notorious. He's dead, opposite side of the map. So the F hill and the E hill will indeed go in the favor of Prosperous. And I believe TJ has 1 more drop to use if he so chooses.
Oh, yeah. I think that could really potentially be the nail in the coffin with 1 more team fight. This 1 drop shot now. Active is on the go, ready to be fired out. Yes, he's aware there is a player on the right, and it's perfect. Right on Pain. Slaps will find Notorious. Eddie's trying to get away himself. They're going to continue extending. Yes, they are. They're looking for this last kill just in front of them. Eddie running through the center. Wonder if anyone will try and catch up with him. The score differential isn't too different. Although, the hill-wise, Crimson's big shotgun fight victory on Warrior Guns. MX seem to be still in this. And Slaps also finding a kill elsewhere. MX really have to be careful now. As Notorious is on his last life.
Woo! Crimson slides into the cover and gets the kill there on TJ. And like you said, Notorious is on his final life. And even though they get the F and the D hill in their favor, they still have the complete control over the E hill. They've got the defensive stand that they need. And 20 seconds or so is that next drop shot. So they're going to be able to get that as well to get a retake possibility under their belt. Down to 10 seconds for that drop. But the Morningstar has to rotate out now. They have to get out of here and try to get over to that drop shot to try to get that back into their favor. Warrior Guns is going to go down. They do have somebody in the area to pick him up. The drop shot has been retaken by Sarksta. I want to see what he does with it if he decides to go ahead and use it. Notorious has taken himself out of the match completely. He's all the way at the home hill. All he can do is Lancer out and try to save his teammates. Long range drop comes in, not active. Won't be able to kill Crazed yet again. Triple cap domination being threatened. Eddie, though, is not hurt by it. There is another incendiary in the area that's going to stop them from getting that possible triple cap domination. Sarksta moves in now. Down there on Pains, but not going to be able to get the kill. It's going to be up to Slaps, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to have to try to make 1 more MVP performance here because it's down to 235 to 200. They're going to have to get downs and decaps everywhere on the map. Notorious in the area. He goes down 5 versus 4 on the map, but nobody rotating in for Prosperous. Answer back, Morningstar. 2 rounds away from sending us to map 3. And this thing is riding the edge of a lightning bolt, Toby.
It certainly is. They've been able to stop the streak that is aside of Team Prosperous having 4 rounds in a row. I mean, they can do it. Surely they can get 2 more rounds and force the map number 3. Meanwhile, their opposition, of course, only need 1 to wrap this in the bud and end this grand final here and now. What will the weapon placements be? A disable coming out from MX. On the Insen, they have to win it, of course, this round. And likewise, Sarkster answers back with the exact same weapon placement. Both Insens blocked out. An advantage, arguably, MX here on this side to try and defend this drop shot. Meanwhile, of course, Slaps and Co, they'll be looking to get hold of the drop shot if at all possible.
Come to this round here, I want to go to the same thing. I kind of go again. I'm a big free cam kind of guy. I always set it up right over here in the back left corner above E-Hill because I like to be able to see how these teams are set up, how they want to take this fight, so that I can really get a good look at this drop shot fight. Prosperous gets that initial point tick yet again, and so this is going to force the side of Morningstar, force the hand of Morningstar to make that move. I mean, nobody's going to push in and give themselves away in the drop shot fight. Slaps, though, full red, might even go down. A few more bullets could have put him on his back, but he's going to rotate out and get his health back in the fight. This is just as close as it could get, Toby. And I love when you get to this highest level of Gears, you don't have anybody going nuts. Nobody's just popping off and is confident enough to just push through the lines of defense. I love when you get 10 of the best players in the world in the same lobby and you get these kind of standoffs. It's who makes the mistake. It's who's willing to put their life on the line and who can come away with a dub.
That's it, isn't it? We're right up approaching 75 points apiece now. No kills have been made. Shot grenade was thrown. Drop shot still gleaming there in the center of the E-Hill. Meanwhile, there's a lot more activity here over on the F-Hill. Warrior Guns and TJ are doing a very good job, actually, of getting down here. Lots of damage being put their way. Warrior Guns trying to close the gap. Notorious will be shut down. Pains is very red as well. Warrior Guns is not done. Still hunting down the players. And that drop shot, of course, is the prize. Craze has picked it up. Eddie's gone down in the process. Warrior Guns is all the way into the enemy spawn now, essentially, as he's ran all the way past that F-Hill in pursuit of that drop shot and that pinch. And Craze is going to get dropped as well. Is he going to be able to use this drop shot now? That's the question.
I want to see just for a moment, Notorious, he's on his last life, and that's it! 5v4 official for the rest of the round. Pains is on his last life as well. That could make it a 5v3, Toby. I was trying to get over to Notorious's screen. I said, why are you putting yourself in this position, big boy? Try to rotate out, get to somewhere where you're just lancering out. But instead, he kept himself in the fight. Pains is down now as well. 5 versus 3. Warrior Guns giving Craze the no-no. And now we will see what could be the last few seconds of this matchup as all of the hills will be ticked through. The elimination domination first to come through. 5-3. Prosperous wins it 2-0 over a very game Morningstar team.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Your champions in front of you. TJ, the MVP for that last map. GG's coming out from Kingbreaker himself. The 5-3 scoreline to finish off map number 2. What more can you ask for? Congratulations to Team Prosperous, the EGL Series Open champions for this split. Oh my goodness me. $1,500 goes to that team. Thanks to their performance today and their incredible performances throughout. Congratulations to them. I'm sure they are super hyped right now. It's been such a long time coming.
It's got to be a great feeling, Toby. Yeah. It's got to be a great feeling. I can't put myself in their shoes, but I can guarantee you that I don't even know if the money's necessarily what they're most excited or what they're most happy about. It's nice to have the chunk of change. At the end of the day, I always go back to this. To me, how I've always felt about Gears is it's a game of pride. Being able to beat another team, no matter what their amalgamation is, no matter what their genetic DNA is, coming away with a victory over your opponents in Gears is satisfying to the nth degree. It gives you a level of pleasure that is damn near unheard of in the cosmos.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And for just the form that they've had, Team Prosperous, throughout, they've been dominant in the majority of the online tournaments and really, put in the effort week in, week out to play and practice, evidently. But also the form today. A 2-0 series victory in the grand final is huge. They beat a bunch of gamers in the semifinals as well, 2-0. they have to be totally happy with themselves right now. And right now, I'll say it, they are the best team in Europe. King Breaker is at the top of Europe. After all this time of competing, and his team have been so close to stardom, just falling short to the players of MX, some of the players, M Crimsons and Crazed, of course, in the longest time being in Elevate, of course, and Rated R for Pains as well, at the top most recently in Europe. Now, finally, Team Prosperous, Breaker, Warrior, all of these players have come together. Slaps, of course, perhaps the MVP for this grand final in the end. They've all come together and they've found victory together, and it's an awesome conclusion for me, and I'm very happy for them.
Yeah, very, very happy for them. I'm just overjoyed for it. And once again, I can't thank you enough for letting me come on today and cast alongside of you and be a part of this and be a part of something that to me will always be special. European Gears is always going to be special to me because it's one of the most passionate places on the planet. I know everybody has their opinions and everybody's going to say what they want to say when it comes to them quick Twitter fingers, but at the end of the day, you put Gears in the hands of the best players on the planet, and you're going to be hard pressed to find any community that has the same kind of passion, the same kind of that bloodlust that EU has always kind of had when it comes to their best of the best, the cream of their crop. So thank you so much, Toby, for letting me be a part of this. Honestly and truly, from the bottom of my heart, brother.
Thank you, mate. It means so much, and just you coming on as well. Of course, Chris and Fru, I would love to cast that with them in European style. Unfortunately, they were unavailable. And for you to come in as well and want to cast with me at the end, thank you so much. It means a lot, and couldn't have done it without you. What amazing finish as well to an awesome split in Europe. I agree. So much motivation clearly has gone into this for the side of Team Prosperous and all of these teams coming together. Of course, Morningstar Gaming, an awesome org coming in to help out the European scene as well, since losing the Pro League and the official Pro Circuit side, if you will. And thanks to them, of course, to help and support our region. And on that note, folks, that was brilliant. That was so much fun, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and clearly Colin as well. In the end as well, I haven't streamed in maybe 2-3 years, so it was great to turn on the stream in the end. When I found out that we didn't have an official broadcast for this, I had to put something on, at least, just to put it on to cover what we have an amazing community for, and an awesome $2,500 prize pool. To shout out to EGL for making that happen in the first place too. So yeah, finally, thank you once again, Colin. Thank you to you guys for watching at home. It's been an absolute pleasure, and shout out to Team Prosperous. Hype them up on Twitter. What a huge win they've had today. Likewise to MX, they played very, very well as well. Second place, second seed coming into today. It's been an amazing night, and thank you once again to everyone.
I got nothing else to say. You're the best, baby. You covered it all. You covered all the ground possible. I've been chilling out all day. You've gotten to watch me in between games. I keep running to get bottles of water because I got to keep the old throat goat happy. Because, I mean, if I start getting sore and scratchy, Lord knows I'm going to start sounding like a broken record here sooner rather than later with a needle that needs to be replaced. So I appreciate you again, Toby. I really do. That's all from me, though. I love you. I love your region. I love everything about y'all and the passion y'all put into this. Congratulations again to Prosperous, Morningstar for coming in second. I believe Cougars and the boys on Clowns came in third. So congratulations to them as well.
Likewise, man. So much love. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you to the viewers at home and the whole European community and the awesome players that we got to watch today and compete today. On that note, folks, thank you all for watching. Follow the channel if you did enjoy it, and hopefully we will see you next time. Have a great night.